Good evening and welcome to yet another exciting episode of Femme Talk with me, Keitseng. It's again a Wednesday where we get to delve deeper into issues affecting women. Re hela ho re tlhodumetse gore bomme ba rona mo lehatsheng rona ba miwa ke dikgang tse di feng re bua eng se leng gore gongwe le wena o le kwa lapeng kana gongwe le gongwe ka tswang o re lebile o le teng o anywa sengwe mo go sone mo thulaganyong ya gompieno. I am with a special guest bathunga diamond. I'm with Portia, who is our former Mrs. Botswana and a business lady, entrepreneur, and multi-purpose woman. A family woman, by the way, into pageantry. Let me take this time to welcome you, man.
Good evening.
How are you doing?
I'm doing
You
great.
look absolutely stunning.
Yeah,
like stunning is an understatement.
Thank you so much.
How do you keep up? How do you give me the recipe? Something. And don't say me, yeah, like sunlight.
I was about to say that.
Oh,
we look the same.
Okay.
We could qualify as sisters. But basically what I do is what I've been doing for the longest time. And I involve my husband, my kids, and the getting ready. So it's really easy that way.
So you getting ready is a family time. Like, mommy is getting ready, guys. Can you please calm?
You know, especially because my job is so demanding, we try by all means to find ways of doing things together as a family. So the girls will pick out an outfit. The husband will be like, okay, it looks good. Then tone it down. Hokota lipstick. So
I feel like it's a little bit sassy. Can you a little bit do this? I absolutely loved you from the get-go when I got to work with you outside studio. I loved you from the day you were crowned because I just felt like I knew you, though I didn't. And sitting across you today and having this interview is like, okay, I've been waiting for this moment. So thank you so much for honoring this invite. To somebody who doesn't know who Portia is, can you lay it down a bit and all that?
I'm going to try and be brief.
Don't be brief. Tell us about yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
My name is Portia Stabiso Mokatong. Ke ngwanyana ko Molepolele ke goletse ko ke tserwe ko Semolale mme matsalo wa gile ko Serowe ko Bokhurutsi. So I am 36 years old. I am married to one handsome husband. We have 2 girls, but we're raising also Motoholo boy. I am an international personal wellness coach. I'm a mentor. I manufacture body care and household essentials. I am your former Mrs. Botswana 2023-24, Mrs. Top Africa Universe 2023-24. I think that sums it up.
Ooh. I've never, there's this other saying, just grow as big as possible, that when they are supposed to introduce you, like she's doing a whole lot of things. I like seeing women like you because it still shows how women are evolving, how women are being liberated, and how equality and gender equality is slowly reaching to that point. We will never really be men, but I definitely believe that we have been groomed into society, and you're one of the women can look up to you and say, this is a person who can role model. No, now finally I have somebody who can role model. Yeah. Let's go into your reign, which is the most interesting thing because that's where I got to know Portia. Have you always been Portia, the vibrant Portia, the popular Portia, or that was rebirthed during your Mrs. Botswana reign?
Well, back in my school, primary school, secondary school days, I used to be the pageant queen. Out of all the kids, so I've always wanted to do pageantry. And I want to try for Miss Botswana when I grow up. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. I was sad that I couldn't get to do it, but now I can take a scroller on social media. Mrs. Botswana. That was in 2021, and I was like, "That's right, I'm gonna try it."
This is my opportunity.
Yeah, so I did try it, and I did not win that time, but because me being me, I always believe that God does not grant you miracles you're not ready to receive. So I took my time off and I tried again, ready and prepared now, got 2023, and we brought the crown home. Yes.
You know why I was smiling when you're talking about
Home girl.
I feel like saying, now do you finally see we actually have great women in Malapulele? Tell me one woman who's not from Malapulele and is great. So yeah, it really shows that. I'm also from Malapulele, so that's one thing that we also have in common. I think I want to now delve deeper into understanding, why did you not try out Miss Botswana?
I would say we had our firstborn really early. And back then, I think, but you were not allowed to try out if you have a child, because it's gonna hinder you from your duties as the queen. Unfortunately, fortunately for the ladies, I won't be trying to try out for Miss Botswana. But people are allowed, married women even, or is it Mrs. Universe?
Right now
Universe?
it's Miss Universe. Miss Botswana is still a little bit quite strict with the requirements.
Yeah.
And I remember the former queen Mpule Kwalagobe ukile aya makganya teng gone go supa gore o dumela ya le goreng beauty queen has to be everyone we leng goreng ke mme hela ha o se tsole mme go sa kgathalesego gore o na le ngwana kana o nyetswe kana weng o tshwantse gore o hiwe monyetla one wa gore o kgone gore
And that was the winning question.
Yeah.
She was asked that question for Miss Universe. So, yeah, but I'd like to believe every organization want to just I believe they will one day offer that opportunity, but we don't want to start pushing everyone to do what they're not ready for.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And also brand affiliation. Maybe it's what your brand stand with, but also let us look at the beauty standards of the society. Let's go do tse leng gore di ka implicate ga go lebelelwa gore ya ka re bua gore di patient tse dingwe go tlhelele ga ba alawe bo mme ba ileng gore ba na le bana ga ba alawe certain body sizes and all that. Let's delve deeper into beauty standards. What is your analogy? What is your stance with the existing beauty standards?
Well, I would say lucky. We've been very lucky as Mrs. Botswana, because even go Mrs. Universe, all women of all types of backgrounds, shapes, heights. So I believe we were really blessed. Rona bara amana le Mrs. Botswana and Mrs. Universe. People are allowed to be themselves. You can see a lady bold, someone keeping their natural hair. So I'm really proud of how far the industry has come when it comes to beauty standards, especially with the pageantry organizations that I have had the chance to sit and have a chat with. I think we've come a long way.
Now let's look at, there have been controversies, you've heard them before, especially internationally, that as much as, I wouldn't name drop and say, but we've heard quite controversial concepts tse leng gore di ne di supa gone goreng go na di pageant tse leng goreng ha o se tswa mo Africa hela ga go tlhelele ha o tsena gone kwana le bala ka go wina that pageant, no matter how smart, no matter how deserving. you just by nature of you being an African lady takes that away from you. Setse hela o ntshitswe dijo mo ganong le gone gore dio tse dingwe di a be di setse di beelwa gone go ba batho bobi matlhong hela mme bone ba bo ba setse ba itse gore mofenyo wa bone ba mo lebile mo di continenteng di feng o ka ganetsa go le kae kana o ka dumalana go le kae ka dio tsena tse leng gore di teng. Is it something that was speculating as people who are watching far from the side and were just there wanting Portia to win, wanting Lesego to win?
I've never been a pageant judge, and I don't see myself becoming one because I can't take kore ka ba score ka teng. I don't really understand. I've tried to understand it. I have failed. But what I can just advise, way controversial.
Why? I mean,
I don't know. I haven't had a sit down with them or tried to understand beyond my little understanding as a pageant queen. The organization I want to be part of. But what I can advise, whoever goes internationally, I represent Botswana, just go have fun. Go be yourself, represent your country as best as you can. Don't put it in the back of your mind, batho ba hair color e rileng kana ba shape size e ntsenyana or ba le hatsele na le ditlamelo tsa gore just go there with Motswana. You're going to sell your country, you're going to sell yourself, and you're going to live your once in a lifetime moment. I'll give you an example with myself. I'm quite short, and ke bona banyana ba balele ba apply makeup a different way than I would. Their accents were different. They came in with private jets. So I decided, you know what? I want to get this Mrs. Top Africa, and I want to make it to top 5. I want to win as many awards as I can, and I want to get that crown. So letting go and living in the moment and not having that in the back of your mind really helped me bag a lot of awards, and I really actually had a lot of fun with no pressure, and so if we can just take it that way.
I quite appreciate what you were saying, and I think after the break, because not that you want you know, because I totally appreciate what you're saying. But on the other hand, doesn't it also discourage you if you know that another person comes in already with an advantage? Aren't we harabu lady sababa ngwehela ba ileng gore re street gore ba mo tseleng ha ile gore yanong rona tshete ya rona ya go nna go wina di award? Yes, it's very nice to do that, but also, you know, let's be given a fair chance to also Africa has broken barriers, and also pageantry is not for such people and for such people. You know, let me go there knowing that I also have the same advantage as somebody who is from Singapore, who's from anywhere in the world, because you've called me in to compete. So why am I not competing? So, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking to Portia. We're delving deeper into the pageantry world. She was not in the competition and understanding where are we heading to as Africa, because we've been growing deeper into this industry, but also exploring her entrepreneurship journey. Goreng ke mme wa kgwebo o ha kae le dio tse tsotlhe ke mme wa lelwapa o balansa yang dio tse tsotlhe tsena ke puisano re na le yone gompieno le mme Portia, who is our former Mrs. Botswana, who was recently crowning Faith. So right after this break, we'll be continuing on with our conversation. And if you have questions that you'd like to pose to her, please do know that you are welcome to do so on our Facebook page. We are live right there. So you can send the questions right then later on we can have that interaction. We're going for the quick break, and right after that, we'll be continuing on with the conversation. Welcome back from that quick break that we just went on. We're back again. The show is called Femme, where we get to talk and discuss matters women, femininity, and embracing everything that surrounds us. Of course, we're not living out men who are rooting for women. Like I know abona last time re go tliseditse re we leng gore ka gale le gale o nna hela ile gore o rotloetsa bomme re hela hana re bua dikgantse le gore di rama le bomme gore how do we evolve, how do we embrace our femininity, how do we reach to a point of now uniting and being women who fix each other's crown. I'm hoping to learn from this conversation that I'm having with Portia, and so do I hope that you're also looking forward to learning a lot. But in learning, you need to ask your questions, so do interact with us and get to say whatever that you may wish to say to her. She's such a beautiful, amazing, articulate, and very humble lady. I'm not tweeting her on. Man, look at this interaction and get to learn a whole lot from her. Before we went for the quick break, I was talking about how the playground is not level. Like leveliwa. Go gongwe wa bona gore go hale metla ga setse intsi e jwetswe gale go tlahela gore motho ole a no setse be bile go bluma, and then no mongwe no tshwntse go thagola pele ga ka simolla ya no a simolla a jwala pele. And it's something that is also happening in the country. I don't know if it's the industry itself, and you've spoken wena gore ga o tlhaloganye ka go jajwang ka teng mo gore lang gore le wena wa khona go lemoga gore nako tse dingwe le rona ha re itse gore go jajwa go libilwe eng ka gore le ha o re wa utlwa mabaka a teng ga go ta ke re tshwntse gore o e re ga le sena go jaja bele bolela gore ne re jaja re libile 1 2 3 4 go tile beauty with a purpose. We've seen people who were having projects that were quite eloquent ba sa hetele ko pele a me batla go ntha population hela ya 90% ya lehatsi e ka nna ronka motho wa ne mona ile mofenyi batho ba ba thane bone be batla go bona motho mongwe o selewele gore ga se mofenyi. I mean, in one way or the other, we need to really understand that, because I don't believe a whole population of the country, not even like the universe, e ka bona motho gore lalela gompieno wa etsa korone e be le gore nya lalela doesn't take the crown goes elsewhere where you least expected it. And also the industry itself, I think it's quite in nice around dilo ke donyana tse di controversial tsa bo goreng ba bangwe ba khona go duela di price ka ha morago, ba bangwe ba khona go nna le di affiliation nyana tse di snacks nyana behind the closed doors. Why is it that pageantry has this potential to bring up and groom up ladies like that, but is surrounded by also that?
I think go lo go na le so se sentle go go nna go gobokanetswe ke mathatanyana.
How?
Mihela, it also helps. I would advise Batwana gore if we are sending ngwana ke tla re ngwana, because motho wa ba ile go emela lehatsi.
Yeah, be le ngwana wa lehatsi.
Ha re romela ngwana ko mahatsing, let us sit down and research gore me go tlhokahala eng ha go te motho wa is making it to top 25 go ba go lebile eng, because ha go le wi bontle hela. I know I'm very gorgeous right now and all the time.
I love the contention.
But we cannot thank you, but we cannot just base it on gorgeousness only. You need to be able to be relatable, make one thing, ha otere korone. Are you able to represent Are you representing your own country well? How go tetla la pere mesese e yellow le pinky le me orange when I botla wa pere black white and brown. Yes, you're going to be beautiful, but did you do what's required of you? So, go batla ha gongwe le ha re lebeletse hore Masebotsana wa rona o montle, is she doing what she's required to do, and are we helping her reach that goal? Re ska ra tsohela kwa re le bogale re sa itse gore ngwana na tlhoka gore a ireng. Did we even help her reach that goal? Have we been supportive enough from the get-go? Kana re manahela le montle kwa internationally re simolla go nna bogale. I think that helps as well, but I'm not disputing the fact that sometimes le nna ha ke tlhaloganye hore go a bo go lebilwe eng ha go judgiwa, and I have never really tried to find out, but I've only done that go pageantry e leng hore I was competing at, and I did my level best to meet what was required.
Re tla ba bitsa ba tla gore bolella, because tota dikarabo tsone go batla re di itse pele ga re ka sala batho morago ra nna ra kueletsa ra ba supporta, because I think somehow, have you noticed how pageantry over the years has brought Botswana together? Not only Botswana, I think
Africa.
Like football, I've never seen men investing in pageantry and even sharing, gore hey, umutlile karaba gagwe nya wele ke beauty with brains tota ga at least hella 1 2 3, you know. I think that's what showed me that this is a platform that has so much potential of grooming so many young ladies. And when you look at bana ba batswang ko tlase le bone, confidence ke yone e godiswa ke dilo tse di tshwanang le bo pageantry. So I think I want to introspect on this one, and I want to also understand how these other decisions are coming into, because I'm one of the people who just lost interest in pageantry along the way, because I used to do that also, and I just felt like, you know what, this actually is not working for me, because it is expensive also. Quite very expensive.
It is.
So when you rekile mosese wa lo magasi alo ebe o gompieno ya no nyana beauty ya o tsiedi go pele ga stage motho o tsentse go ina e sa neno tsa korone go discourage gape in a way. But anyway, let's leave that out, because I'll definitely call the relevant people to come tell me that one. Let's get into the aspect of you being a multi-purpose woman. You are a business woman, and earlier on you talked about manufacturing. Was it cosmetics?
Body care and households.
Body care and households. I want to get to understand that part of you. Where does it come from? Where did you meet this?
Okay, I was raised by a mother who's a business person. She's very creative, my mom. So, of all my siblings, we're 6, yeah? I'm the only one out of the bunch. Because I was a very sickly child. So when listening to mama sira ya ka madi kgwebo, she used to do hair, she has done catering, this and that. So ke tlebe ntse ke re gore le nna ha nka itirela ka diatla nka ja madi. So I have only worked for a year and a half as an employee, but the rest of the time ne ke le motho o iperekang. So gore Lady P Organics etsalwe, my kids bane ba tshwengwa ke eczema. I grew up having eczema as well. So be ke bona go spatela gore batho ba ba kopanya re direlwa lotion gore re go tshasa bana ba. So if they can do it, le nna maybe we can save, and I can start making such. So I started going online, trying to research how to make your own soap, how to make a candle, how to make lotion. And I stumbled upon information how to make earrings. So I a beautiful rose flower. I got in touch with the woman. She was in South Africa. Please teach me. She told me it's a lot of money. It's gonna take you 4 weeks. Because I didn't have money then, I went all the way to Cape Town. Only the basics. I had to learn everything in a week. And came back here, ke practice go nna mathata, ke re ke ira lotion e nna le tlapa, go tlhaka-tlhakana, but I did not give up. Because ha ke a ela Cape Town.
Yeah,
ke a go sokola mo go kana e be ke tla go phutha matsogo. So that's how it was born. And I never looked back. It's an award-winning business.
I'm definitely hoping to use one of Lady P's.
I should have brought samples.
Please! Why did you not? So let's get right into understanding such a simple thing of your passion. Initially, when apart from you looking at this person and your passion being ignited from that.
I've done purchasing and supply management. I have also done human resource management. So I want to go and then
exactly. Career transitioning is something that is quite difficult to do.
Yeah.
You decided. When did you decide? Okay, fine. I'm going to do anything related to what I'm studying, and I'm not going to do anything related to what I'm studying. This is what I'm focused. And also, how easy and how hard was it?
It was very hard. My husband then was my fiance. He was panicking. We have to both work. We're trying to raise a family whenever you want to go and learn. So I had to really prove to him, this is what I want. This is what I've set my mind to. And I'm going to try. Let me try. Let me show you that it's possible. Then we can decide from there. My husband is an attorney by profession. So, and he believes in seeing results. He doesn't just buy a dream. You have to really show him that it's possible and action and result. So I really had to work hard to make it a possibility. Cape Town, and it was my first time traveling by myself. I had to find ways. So, okay, I'm going to have to now put on my big girl pants and show you that I can go by myself. So I think coming back, trying and trying again, winning awards and really having the business booming and not having to buy toiletries.
Yeah, like at least one thing down.
Yeah, and getting to supply the likes of Cedar, okay, there's hope in this.
Yeah,
so
the vision is here. You sold the vision and the vision was tangible, so you went along with the vision. In nowadays, it's very quite hard. Majority of youth out there are not studying, are not doing what they studied for. What is that one thing that you believe you need to give out to somebody else? Life
is hard. You don't really you don't get what you asked for or what you wanted. I've learned that the hard way. You can want to grow up and come from a rich family. Not everyone is blessed with that. And I'd like to believe. And life goes on. Life does not wait for you to cry or to sulk. So what I usually encourage schools, yes, we want bana ba pasang, but let's also try to help our kids nurture their talents and abilities from a young age. An alternative, so I advise our young people, don't just look at your certificates. Do it. What puts your food on the table. So, at home. Good at maths and sciences and what have you. lebella ka leihlo le le tseneletseng gore mme what else do they have as a talent, as a skill, nurture that so that they have plan B ha ba ntse ba gola. Yes.
Ara madi ga ana mmala a ke madi a tswa go epa kana o tswa go dirang. There's no color that defines when you're buying go shopong la go reka moloro o tshwanang la go reka sengwe le sengwe se leng gore sa tshwana and then bana ga ba ka ke balala ka tlala. We're speaking with Portia, our former Mrs. Botswana, right here more Femme Talk. I am Keitseng. We're going for this quick break, and then right after the break we'll be sealing our shows on the last segment of the show. So you are very much allowed to interact with us this side. You can send an appreciation message if you are watching, or just pose a question that you have for our own queen this side. So do stay tuned, and then we will be back.
More ditori tse di serious head on with Dalakachi Katatu Livat Bamoli Hatsi.
Minister Abatopiwa inama especially elected bango ba promotiwa ina the head of the director kai the permanent secretary ko bokoti women. That's not women, is in fact an insult to women.
Ke thola ke ra batho kere re masisi ke tsala yana. And kitana ke rialo he
moruti ga gona moruti wa boammaruri yo kolobeditsweng ka mo boitshepo yo joiners politics baruti bothe ba ba joiners politics mo Botswana ba ta re itshwarela bothe ga se baruti ba boammaruri
re masisi a tswe mo vice president ake anga ka bua gore ke bo mang ne ba rialo because bona go ba te ba tsa gore o a re senyetsa kere
Me kanya gore masisi mas resign ise motsa ka bo morwae.
Welcome back from that quick break. We're continuing on with the show just like that. If you have just joined us, man, you have missed a lot. But yeah, you can still tune in. Catching up with the details. I am Keitseng, your host for Femme Talk, the show where we explore anything affecting women and embracing our femininity. And today I'm with Portia, who is a former Mrs. Botswana, who is an entrepreneur, who is a family woman, and definitely a woman's keeper. Doing quite a lot of things, has a foundation also where she is one of her Beauty with a Purpose project during her reign. Continuing on with making a difference in our community. Isn't that the type of women that we need in our society, man? Man, I'm so smiling as I say this because it feels like, yeah, man, we have women who are doing a lot and who need to be appreciated. And I'm so honored to be giving you your flowers while you're still here. You've went into filming before. You went into filming before.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yes.
That little tiny little bit. You are a person who has explored and your 20s are for exploring and tapping into different spaces and identifying yourself. Can you take us through that and all about what the film was about, its intention, where that passion came from, and why don't we see that or more of that now?
Okay, I've done almost everything I've ever wanted to do, if I'm being honest. Like I've mentioned, I love the camera. I like attention.
Camera life.
So, so I've done a bit of acting. I've worked with Makhabaneng. I've worked with Baboneng Film Productions. With Baboneng, we had 2, but only one was aired. Then with Makhabaneng as well. If you remember, Cecilia from Makhabaneng, that was me. So yeah, I've done everything I've ever wanted to try. I as more things keep popping, I'm looking forward to exploring all that.
You're just talking about the cast, but you're not telling us what was really being worked on behind those casts. Nelly, di show tse di bidiwang bo mang, Nelly di filmi tse di bidiwang bo mang.
It really, that one was very trying. I had to be this girl who goes to Maiti, so I scored me an older man with encouragement from my mom, who ended up marrying me, and we had to kill him so that we have his money. I was given that, which is so not me. Then I was also given another part, what do they call it now? Married lady. Yes, a humble girl who tswang ko magaeng kwa o tshwabelwang ke go heriwa ke bana ba batona a ba siya. So it's nice to be able to explore different sides of characters and getting into character.
Getting into those characters and also getting to live a different life through those characters. What did that mean for you? Le for botshelo ba mmeo mongwe we leng gore kana ngwana o mongwe kana gore la re o tshetse botshelo ba motho mongwe leng gore gompieno ke mmeo no o ipalamelang ditafole a di wele man.
Yeah, you get into character and you get to appreciate gore botshelo bo thata. This is how people try to tackle it the right way and the wrong way, which is it has really played a huge part in